Hey guys, welcome back to the Self-Work Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Vundi. For those of you guys who are new, welcome. This is a space where we talk about mental health and wellness. For my returning subscribers, my day ones, thank you for being back. I know it's been a while, but yeah, sometimes we need to rest. Sometimes we need to take creative breaks. So that's what I've been up to. I'm back today to talk about something more practical about mental health, and that's updating you guys on my wellness routine. Yes, I have a wellness routine. Do you? We'll get into that a little bit in a little bit, but specifically in my wellness routine, I want to be talking about some supplements that have really been supporting my health and wellness. So stay tuned because I'll be talking about the supplements at the end. But let's start off with a wellness routine. What does that mean? Like, what is a wellness routine? I've seen so many TikToks and Instagram reels of super aesthetic wellness routines of like going to the spa and doing facials, and I get it. All that aesthetic pleasing stuff is part of wellness and self-care. But for me, a wellness routine is something super practical. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't even have to leave the house, because I feel like when you make it practical, you can be more consistent with it, right? So if you have to go to the spa to do self-care, you'll find you can't do a lot of that because it costs money, it costs time, and yada yada. But if you can just have a wellness routine at home, without costing a lot of money, you'll find you'll be more consistent with that. And that's what I have been doing of late. So the first thing that has really helped me is to wake up earlier than I used to. I was never a morning person. Oh my gosh. I was never ever a morning person. But then I realized that the later I wake up, then I'm rushing and I'm anxious and I'm getting to work late and my day is already, kind of anxiety filled. So I've been waking up at around 5:30, sometimes even 5. Yes. And, for anybody who's read the 5 a.m. Club, where is it? It's somewhere here. Oh yeah, it's right here. 5 a.m. Club. For anybody who's read this book, it tells us how having some time before your day actually starts, where you plan, where you stretch or do something physical, prepares you for the day. You can't just wake up and start and go and now wake up earlier, give yourself time to make some breakfast, give yourself time to make a to-do list, to do something physical, and that's what I've been doing, and it's really been helping me start off my day on a good note. So when I wake up at this 5 a.m., the things that I try to do are stretching. I definitely make my to-do list and I prepare for breakfast, right? Even if I'll have breakfast on the go, but I'll be intentional about having the breakfast. So another thing about the 5 a.m. club, or waking up earlier than you should, is during this time, avoid going to social media, because if you wake up at 5 a.m. and you start scrolling, before you know it, an hour will have passed. So during this 1 hour or 2 hours before you start off your day at work or whatever, don't get on your phone. So that's the first thing about my wellness routine. I've been waking up at 5 a.m. and just having a routine. The second thing I've been doing is yoga. So I've been doing yoga in my house, and I want to tell you guys that you don't have to go to a yoga studio. Literally all you need is a mat and YouTube. There are so many YouTubers who are going to teach you how to do yoga, even beginner level. And the reason why yoga is amazing is if you're over 30, I know how your joints feel. I know how it feels. The back pain, the neck pain, the tension, the stretching is just amazing, especially for someone like me who sits a lot during the day. Yoga is fantastic. So please try and do yoga or stretching. It's really, really good for you. And as you do yoga, you're doing the breathing exercises, you're doing some affirmations. Let me tell you, when you start your day with yoga, nothing is going to take you down. Nothing is going to make you feel like you can't take on the day. But I also have checked into a yoga studio once or twice, hot yoga studio, and amazing experience. So that's the second thing about my wellness routine. And now the biggest part about my wellness routine has been the supplements that I've been taking. And I want to get into that a little bit because I've been taking supplements for a long time. Like, I'm not new to the supplement game. And I'm also cognizant of the fact that supplements are controversial. Like, there are people who believe you don't need supplements, and if that's you and you're watching this video, it's okay and you're entitled to your opinion, and we don't have to have a back and forth about it. I just want to say that I'm the sort of person who supplements have worked for me. Supplements have worked for me. So it doesn't have to be a big debate. I mean, there's research to show that some supplements work. There are some people who argue there's not enough research. I'm not here to have that back and forth. I'm here to tell you about my experience and what supplements have done for me. So the first thing that the first supplement that's really worked for me is sea moss. Guys, sea moss has changed my entire gastric system. So let's get into it. I was diagnosed with gastritis, or what we call hyperacidity, many years ago. Like, I think it's been about 5 years, 5+. And my friends will tell you I'm the sort of person, I don't eat chili. Whenever I, for example, have a night out and I do wine especially, I will be vomiting in the morning. Like, my stomach is sensitive. We can go somewhere with a group of people and I'm the sort of person who will get food poisoning and everybody is okay. So I've always had this issue. And fun fact, it runs in my family. My brother has it. Sorry for exposing you guys. But my brother has it, my mom has it. We all have this sensitive stomach, acidity, heartburn. Like, I used to walk around with antacids in my bag. Like, I am that chick. Enter sea moss. So I had read a bit about sea moss, and then I was like, you know what, I've tried everything. I've even done an endoscopy. That's the test where they put a tube down your esophagus right into your stomach to check for ulcers. Nothing. So I was like, you know what, let me just try it. I've tried everything, why not? So guys, ever since I started taking sea moss, I don't buy those antacids anymore. Like, I will rarely need it unless I have very spicy Indian food. And I never used to eat spices, I never used to eat chili, I never used to, you know. But now I don't have heartburn. Like, I don't have the pain. Anyone who's watching and knows gastritis knows that pain, you know. And that's the thing. Sea moss is, when you look at the consistency of sea moss, it's like a gel, like jelly. So what it does is it lines your stomach and it kind of protects your stomach, because hyperacidity is whereby you have a lot of acid being produced in your stomach. Now, acid is normal. Everyone has got acid in their stomach, but for some people they have more than the average person. So sea moss kind of just like protects your gut lining. I can't emphasize enough how, if you have acidity, please try sea moss. Like, it's fantastic. The other thing that it has is it has probiotics. So anyone who's ever heard of the mind-gut connection knows that your gut literally is like a small brain. And this is research, I'm not making this up. Like, there is so much bacteria, healthy bacteria in your gut, such that your gut is like a whole ecosystem. It's like a brain of its own. And when your gut is not doing well, your mood will be low, you won't sleep well, you won't have energy. Like, this is research backed information. So the fact that sea moss has got probiotics, let me tell you guys, my energy is high, my skin is popping. Like, sea moss. Sea moss. But other things that it does is that it also helps, like, with mucus. So for people who got sinuses, you know, always have, if you have like a cold, it really helps to kind of reduce the mucus production in your system. So please, if you feel you want to try sea moss, read a little bit more about it. But I highly vouch for it. And guess what? Sea moss can also be used as a face mask because it has a lot of like collagen. So that's just a plus. I didn't even buy it for the skincare benefits, but you know, that's the thing. It has several uses. And that's enough about sea moss. Like, how many times have I said sea moss? Yeah, so let's go to my second favorite supplement at the moment, and this is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, I'll try and put the name here because yeah, it's not an easy name. So ashwagandha is an Indian herb, and it's a root actually, like you know the way ginger is a root, so ashwagandha is also a root. So they extract it and they put it in different forms. So there's the tea, there's a powder. I personally use the capsules. So how did I get to know about ashwagandha? Sometime back last year when I had anxiety, I've talked about this before, so many things were going on in my life. I had anxiety and it was bad. I was not sleeping, I was constantly stressed. So I went online and I saw several people's experiences of people who've used ashwagandha with anxiety. And let me tell you, I walked into Healthy You and I picked up ashwagandha and I started taking it. And when I tell you, I've never felt so instantly calm. Like it just calmed me, and not in a way to feel like you're on some medicine or you're on a drug. Like it doesn't knock you out, but it just makes you calm. So if you have anxiety, panic attacks, I highly recommend. And also if you have insomnia, ashwagandha is also really, really good. So you can take it. I used to take it one in the morning, one in the evening, and they have different strengths. So I would say you can start off slow, like with 400 milligrams, and then work your way up. The only thing that wasn't so pleasant with ashwagandha for me was the vivid dreams. Like my dreams were like movies. Like your dreams are very vivid, but not nightmares kind of thing or night terrors. It's just dreams, but they are super vivid. But yeah, ashwagandha for insomnia, anxiety, love it. Next supplement is evening primrose oil. So this one is it's like an oil. Even when you look at the capsule itself, it looks like an oil. And this one is very, very good for ladies who are going through PMS. So please read up on what evening primrose does. But basically, it's just, you know how when you have PMS, you're irritable, you're just not in a good mood. It almost mimics a mini depression. Evening primrose evening primrose oil helps with that. And I was put on this supplement by my friend Dushi, thank you so much, because my PMS was bad. Like me, when I PMS, I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm irritable, I'm angry. You don't want to know. I'm not a good person when I'm on my PMS. So yeah, you take one capsule, is it a capsule or one pill once a day, all through your cycle, all through. It has no issue. It's not a drug, so you can take it all through. But again, do your research. The other supplement that I would like to mention is Well Woman, or an all-round supplement, especially for women. It's something like Perfectil, and by the way, none of this is sponsored. Like these are things I actually use. So yeah, Well Woman, Perfectil, anything specifically with vitamin D. Now, if you do your research, you'll find that low vitamin D has actually been shown to be one of the causes of low mood or depression. So I always encourage people to have a supplement that has vitamin D in it. And I know you might be thinking, you know, we live in Africa, the sun is out there. The number of people who I have checked their vitamin D levels, so my patients, and they are low, and they are living in Kenya where the sun is always out, a lot. And so I'm in the habit of, for my patients, if you come in with depression or anything, I'll tend to always check your vitamin D. So I'm just saying, read about vitamin D and mood and how important it is. You need a supplement that has a vitamin D. So a supplement that has vitamin D, vitamin C, you know, just to boost what you already take in your diet, I highly recommend. So that's it, guys. Those are the supplements that I have been using.